Kaspa developer Shai releases new KIP for Kaspa. Caspians, if you're tuning in, want to find out more, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, watch the video until the end so you don't miss anything, and share the video with your friends and family. So right here we have from Shai, I wrote a new KIP, Cash Improvement Proposal, Proofs of Chain Membership. Let me tell you what it is all about. The problem to solve. Kaspa nodes are pruned whereby all block data except for the last few days is discarded. By applying a clever technique called NiPoPow, we can discard all sufficiently old block data and most block headers without compromising the security and integrity of the chain. Okay, that sounds very interesting. In particular, the UTXO set is always present, valid, and can be authenticated. This is enough for most purposes since the UTXO set contains the following data: a list of non-empty balances and their addresses, for each such balance the time it was created, and for each such balance whether it was mined or paid. Interesting stuff, man. That is whether or not the UTXO is an output of a Coinbase transaction. However, for some applications, the UTXO set is not enough, and it is required to prove that a transaction was published. A proof of publication, or POP, in some cases, we even want something stronger to prove that a transaction was accepted. That is, not only that it was posted, but that it wasn't shadowed by a conflicting transaction in a parallel block, which we call a transaction receipt, or TXR. Okay, in non-pruned chains, this is not a problem since all nodes verify the entire ledger, and it is thus guaranteed to be available. In pruned chains, this is no longer the case. So how can we still provide this functionality? A straightforward solution is to have archival nodes that store the entire ledger. Archival nodes, The problem is that the cost of running an archival node grow with time, adoption, and BPS, making them a centralized service. Oh, we don't want that. No. Moreover, the nodes would have to provide the user with some efficient way to authenticate the data they provide against pruned nodes. A better solution, okay, let's see what we got, is to use some kind of cryptographic proof, data that can be computed before the transaction is pruned, okay, and could be used to prove the transaction was published or accepted indefinitely. Such proofs can be computed today, but there are two problems with that. The proofs are large and have heavy to compute and verify. A proof can be as large as 25 megabytes and would increase in size when we increase the BPS. Okay, this functionality is currently not implemented, so anyone who wants to compute/validate such proofs must do so manually. In KIP 5, I propose a slight modification to the structure of a block header that will make the process much simpler. The result is that size of the proof of publication decreases to around 10 kilobytes. Okay, I further outline the algorithmic processes of generating and validating such proofs and suggest that they should be implemented and exposed as API calls. I imagine that once this changes is implemented, the next step is to have wallets add UI for storing and authenticating a TXR. Maybe even adding a download receipt feature to the block explorer. Okay. Man, reading all this, man, I'm down the rabbit hole right now, guys. I'm sorry if this is not the most entertaining, but for me it is, man. I love learning new things and seeing this technology, block DAG and crypto just evolve right before my eyes. It's just amazing, right? Note that this functionality will also arguably make running pruning nodes profitable. Users that failed to generate a receipt before the transaction was pruned could pay an archive holder for generating a TXR retroactively. I stress again that the block data is only required for generating the TXR, not for validating it. Okay. The performance costs of this change are marginal. Header size increased from 248 bytes to 280 bytes. Consequentially, the constant storage will increase by about 8.5 megabytes, and the accumulated storage will bloat by about 12 kilobytes per year. A new step will be added to chain to candidate header validation, which is about as costly as computing 35 hashes, so basically almost nothing. However, implementing this KIP does require changing the consensus rules, which can only be done in a hard fork. There's a slight hitch though. The proof relies on the emergence of something called a posterity block. A proof cannot be generated before the posterity block emerge. Currently, such blocks emerge once every 24 hours so that users can only generate a receipt a day after the transaction was included. Cryptographically, this is a non-issue, but it does incur a less than ideal user experience. In the KIP, I discussed the possibility of increasing the density of posterity blocks to once per hour. Doing so will decrease the sizes of TXR by about 40%, and the waiting time before generating a receipt is possible to 1 hour. Unfortunately, such a change requires a deep refactoring of a sensitive region of the consensus code. Hence, I propose that the avenue should be investigated further and proposed in a separate KIP in the future. Very interesting stuff, man. As long as it, helps to make Kaspa better, I'm gonna leave the big brain stuff to the big brain people like Shai and Sutton, right? I'm gonna leave the big brain stuff to them. This is the Git book and the update of the Git book, guys, right? Very interesting stuff for Kas, in my opinion, and anything to make the protocol better than it is, hey, I'm all for it, man. From leaner, like the old times, doing the opposite of what the market does, Kas, right? And you can see the rest of the market is in the red. Kas right here in the green, guys. I'm telling you. Cryptograd, Jonathan shares insights of the future of MEV resistance in Kas. Stay ahead with Kas and the evolving block DAG landscape. Imagine that blockchains become obsolete and block DAGs are the future. Right? I'm gonna have to change my YouTube name and mess up my algorithm, guys. We recognize the problem of front running. Traders transfer requests to the network, and before they are accepted, sophisticated algorithms detect them and replicate their actions. MEV is a huge issue on Ethereum, right? It is like a person who tries to buy a ticket to a concert but doesn't enough scalpers hurry to buy up the inventory and offer him the same ticket and at an exaggerated price. The idea of Kas is to create transactions stealthiness so that competing entities will not be able to eavesdrop on the network and thwart purchases in similar ways. Okay, explained by Sam Polinsky. So when smart contracts go live for Kas, whenever that happens, that is going to be long-term bullish. MEV resistance is already being factored in, right? There's a ton of MEV bots, and when you trade on Ethereum, you get failed transactions. So imagine paying these high gas fees on Ethereum and getting failed transactions, right? And then you still pay, the validator. So like you do a transaction, you pay $40 in ETH gas fees, the transaction fails, you still got to pay the $40 in ETH gas fees. And more than likely than not, it's because of the MEV bots, man. It's terrible, man. It's a terrible system. The scalability there is super annoying, man. So Jonathan already thinking ahead when smart contracts go live for Kaspa is long-term bullish. Maldi, Kaspa, when Bitcoin dumps, Kaspa pumps. When Bitcoin pumps, Kaspa pumps. Kaspa does whatever it wants. 30 thumbs up, 43 likes for that. People are agree with Baldi on that. And Kaspa really does whatever it wants. It's in its own bull run. Like, you guys can see, man. Kaspa is in its own bull run. When Bitcoin is up, Kaspa is up. When Bitcoin is down, Kaspa is still up. Some minor corrections, sure. But overall, the strength of the chart is, insane. Unlike anything I've seen, man. Moonshot Josh. eFriends pay attention to Kas. Jim Skibum. Kaspa founder Jonathan and mentor Aviv often cited in Ethereum improvement protocols. These guys are brains that everybody looks for to guidance on how to improve their own projects. Therefore, they will always be 10 steps ahead of everyone else. Better believe when smart contracts roll out, the foundation on which Kas is built will be so solid that every other chain becomes obsolete tech wise, and everyone will want to use and build on Cas. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, with the development of Cas, and when smart contracts go live, and imagine everyone jumps ship from all these other blockchains and move over to using block dag. And that's how it is in the space all the time. Technology begets technology, right? The better technology wins, and then people jump ship from the old tech to the new tech, and then the cycle keeps repeating itself, right? So we'll see, man. As you can see right here, let's zoom in. This is the Ethereum improvement proposals, and right here we have table of contents mentioned in the Ethereum improvement proposals. Mathematical model is one used in the works of Sam Polinsky and Zohar. I'm telling you guys, that that is another reason why people should be bullish on Cas, that the founder of Cas and his mentor is cited in all of these protocols and projects, you know, that we know, right? We've known and are giants in the space. You know, Jonathan and Aviv's fingerprints are all over Ethereum's proposals, white paper, etc., man. And like I'm telling you guys, that is super like awesome to see, right? That is like, that makes Cas stand above the rest. So you know, the protocol that's developed with Cas, it ain't no BS, man. It ain't no poo coin over here for Cas, right? So Caspians, once again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the video with your friends and family. Be sure to tune into the live streams and become a channel member. Thank y'all so much from the bottom of my heart. I'll catch you in the next one.